Tony Khan has addressed complaints of AEW talent being underutilized, and CM Punk's reaction to the all-out backstage brawl has been revealed. But first, let's get to the quickfire headlines, as it looks like AEW will be introducing house shows to their schedule in 2023, something Jim Ross revealed on his Grilling JR podcast this week. Ross would note that this is the reason for the hiring of Jeff Jarrett, who is the company's Director of Business Development, as well as being an on-screen talent, and JR would say, "I believe in 2023 that AEW will be in the house show live event business to some degree. I just think it's an opportunity that can be capitalized upon if AEW is strategic in their planning. I think that's what Jeff Jarrett's working on." Kerry Morton, son of WWE Hall of Famer Ricky Morton, would speak on the Matthew Mania podcast this week, where he revealed that his NWA contract is up in 18 months' time, which coincides with him graduating college. He would then discuss past interest from both AEW and WWE, something that could be on the cards once he leaves education, and he would say, "With WWE and AEW, I let them know that I am in college. I plan on graduating from college, and that's kind of the idea of what they had for me so far. When I reached out and they reached out to me and they asked me to come try out and be part of their squad, I said I'm in university, I would still love to attend, which I did. Right now I'm focusing on getting my education, which is a deal I made with my parents and grandparents before they passed. Get an education before I pursued the professional wrestling business." John Cena is set to return to WWE this Friday on SmackDown, with him set to team with Kevin Owens to take on the Bloodline's Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Speaking on the Cheap Heat podcast this week, Owens would reveal a recent text from his upcoming tag partner in the early hours of the morning and said, "We haven't really discussed the upcoming SmackDown just yet. He's very excited. The last text I got from him was 'I love wrestling' in all caps. Unprompted. I don't know what he was doing, no idea. I think it was 1 a.m. I don't know where he was in the world." Former UFC and WWE star Cain Velasquez would speak on the Conan's K100 podcast this week, where he revealed that talks have taken place for a potential match between himself and UFC Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier, this inside a AAA ring. Cain is currently out on bail following an attempted murder arrest in March 2022 after he attempted to shoot a man accused of abusing one of Velasquez's relatives. He would recently return to wrestling for AAA during his bail on December 3rd, although his long-term future in the wrestling business is still unknown. The future of NXT's Toxic Attraction has been in question over the past 2 weeks, this after their leader Mandy Rose was released from WWE. Well, last night on NXT, Gigi Dolan and Jacy Jayne would speak for the first time since the news dropped, with them declaring that they are set to chase the new NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez, who Rose lost the title to, and Jacy would say, "We will rebuild, reconstruct, and return to glory, and it starts by taking down the woman that took down our empire." And next, Tony Khan has addressed complaints of AEW talent being underutilized. AEW have recently received criticism online from fans and wrestlers who feel certain talents in the company are underutilized, or in some cases, not used at all. AEW President Tony Khan would address the concerns this week on the Grapsody podcast, where he explained the reasons why some wrestlers aren't featured as much as others, and Khan would say, "You're never going to keep everybody happy. You have to think about that. There are dozens of wrestlers featured on Dynamite and Rampage every week, and throughout those 3 hours you see lots of names, but there's lots of names you aren't seeing in AEW every week, and sometimes they're silent about that, and sometimes there's a reason. Somebody's hurt, somebody's working on another project, somebody's getting repackaged, or frankly there's just not enough slots on 3 hours." Tony would then compare the situation to that of the National Football League and added, "It's not really common in the NFL for the backup quarterback to complain to the coach that he's not playing. It's not common in the NBA for the backup point guard to slight the coach because he's not getting minutes. I take it with a smile, and I'll keep taking it with a smile. It's okay. I understand that everyone wants to wrestle and wants to do things. We have a lot of great wrestlers here, and when they're here and we can get everyone involved, I love that." Over the past couple of years, AEW's roster has expanded rapidly with very few departures, this whilst no extra TV time has been made, making it difficult for everyone to get on the show at the same time. With that said, with the return of Ring of Honor Television led by Tony Khan, hopefully this allows for some AEW talent to become exclusive to ROH, to give them a home to showcase their work before a potential jump back to AEW TV in the future. And before we continue, be sure to subscribe to Wrestle Planet with notifications turned on so you don't miss the latest wrestling news as we head closer to the 50,000 subscriber mark. Oh, and make sure you check out the brand new 10 hottest free agents video, which I'll leave in the end screen. Next up, CM Punk's reaction to the All Out backstage brawl has been revealed. Former AEW World Champion CM Punk hasn't been seen on AEW television since the All Out pay-per-view in September, which was followed by the now infamous media scrum, as well as an eventual real-life fight involving Punk, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Ace Steel. Punk is currently out injured, recovering from a torn tricep suffered in his match on the All Out show with Jon Moxley, whilst his suspension status is still up in the air. This week, the first ever FTR with Dax Harwood podcast would drop, where the topic of discussion was CM Punk's time in All Elite Wrestling. Dax, who is good friends with Punk, would detail the backstage incident from his perspective, as well as what Punk told him after the fact, and he would say, "All the boys in the locker room were drinking and having a good time, and we were hugging. I have a picture of me and Jay Lethal on the ground together just laughing our ass off. I had my wife and my daughter there, Cash had his girlfriend, it was such a great time. After our match was over, I shower up, we had a couple of drinks with the guys real quick, grabbed my girls and head back to the hotel. I was laying in the bed and I got a text from one of the wrestlers that said, 'Is this shit true?' I had no idea what he was talking about. Right after that, I got a call from my buddy CM Punk and he told me what happened. I said, 'You're lying to me, dude. There is no way that happened.' He was covered in blood from the match. He FaceTimed me. It was that night. He said, 'I want to let you know. You're going to hear some things. I want you to hear it from me. This is what happened.' I said, 'Dude, are you okay? Do you need anything? I'll come right down to help you out, get you cleaned.' 'No, everything's fine. It's died down. We're good.' That's when I first heard about it." Dax would then be asked about what he believes went down that night, before discussing how most of the coverage from inside sources is mostly just one side of the story, and said, "Obviously I wasn't there. Who I perceive to be God is the only person who really knows the truth. Everyone is going to have their own version in their head. We've all done it before. We've made what we perceive to be the truth. What I've heard that is reported, there are elements of truth in it, but then there are also some things that raised a red flag to me. It seems like we're only getting a portion of the story or what this journalist wants to put out, whether he has a bias or a grudge against one of the parties. That's just how I felt. I also knew that I didn't know the whole story. I also felt that the stories I heard from a few people, I don't feel like they would blatantly lie to me. I do think there are bits of truth, but I also believe that some fans have read too much into it, and I think they should let what happened happen, and it die down. When it's all said and done, I can't tell you that I know 100% of the truth, and I can't tell you that the journalist reporting is 100% of the truth." Dax would then say that what is being reported is partial truth and partial things that are, quote, a bit exaggerated. Dax would then call for all four wrestlers to put their differences aside for the greater good of the wrestling business, with a CM Punk versus the Elite storyline no doubt being the hottest angle AEW could do right now, and Harwood would add, "This is my plea to all four guys, please find a way to make it work. If we can make it work, we can set up the future of professional wrestling for a long time, and we can change the course of professional wrestling for a very long time. When you think about it unselfishly, we're doing this for 20-30 years down the road so guys and girls can make a living." But do you think the Elite and CM Punk will work together once he's recovered from injury? Let me know in the comments down below. And before you go, make sure you check out the 10 hottest free agents in wrestling today.